and welcome. Today I'd like to talk to you about the link between video games and television and violence. Have you walked down the toy aisle at a store lately? Have you noticed that almost every toy has to either light up or make some type of noise? Is this the need for our entertainment seen as we're walking through the toy aisle? Yes, probably. Is it showing the need for, is this need for entertainment linked to video games, television, and the internet for children? With an interview by the American Sociology of New York Child Studies Center by Richard Gallagher, states that typically a child watches 28 hours of television in a week. By the age of 18, that child will have seen 16,000 murders, 200,000 acts of violence. This does not include video game time. Is there a link between television, video games, internet, and delinquency? Richard Gallagher says yes, because many of the children are playing violent video games. Not all video games are violent or TV is violent, but we're going to show that the bad and the good between and the parent's involvement into making those aspects of a child's life a little bit better. By proper usage and moderation and parental supervision, video games and television can actually be educational instead of violent or active aggression. Violent games are games that involve shooting, war games, where you're seeing the blood and sometimes limbs are falling off of people, which is going way overboard as far as I'm concerned. But first-person games are where you're taking an act of killing somebody during a game. The 1982 report of the Surgeon General National Institute of Mental Health states that children that play video games are less sensitive to pain and suffering of others. They show a fear of the world around them, and they behave aggressively and harmful towards others. Video games can be negative effects of social skills throughout adolescence. Without social skills, children can develop behavior problems, emotional and cognitive problems, like high anxiety and anger. One cause is when children are confined to a room while playing video games instead of being part of the family interaction. Now, video games can also be good. They can be very educational and teach things to children, skills that they don't even know that they're learning while they're playing these games. As J.L. Gibson states, it may be time to start thinking about video games as a teaching tool. Video games can improve motor coordination, the ability to think faster, the ability to analyze situations. Games can offer opportunities for children to face challenges and come up with different strategies to solve things. The element of surprise is built into a lot of the games that we provide out there. It's the ability to change the end of your game from time to time. Now you can play this game again and again, and every time that you play it, it will have a different outcome. That's the element of surprise that never gets the child bored from playing that game. The ability to do this involves all that strategy and the challenging aspects of the game. The Federation of American Scientists has said that children need more video games, that they need for a higher order of thinking and skills and problem solving. The game does not have to be designed for education, but there has some different aspects of that. Some games teach management and skills, like for raising funds and critical thinking in life. The games are like Zoo, Railroad, and Amusement Park Tycoon. There's other games that also help with role play, things like Tomb Raider and Half-Life teach reading and direction and inventory and mapping. Those are very good skills, lifelong skills for children to learn. Video games can teach pro-social, like caring for others, empathy, activities for friends, and interacting, while improving the communication between friends while they're playing together. Parents' involvement is very important for helping children find the good and stay away from the bad. When parents play games with their children, this promotes the learning aspect, and you can talk with your children while you're playing and become involved with that and make it a family affair. Video games should not be a babysitter. Keep the video games in a main room, somewhere in the house where everybody can interact while they're playing, and you can still monitor what your child is doing. It's okay to say no to a child when they want to purchase a game. As a parent, you need to know the electronic software rating board. It's a rating system that with the rubrics like M is for mature and for ages 17 and older. E is for entertainment and for everyone, kind of like a G-rated movie. A T is for teen, which is like a game that would be for PG-13. Not always okay. Check out those games before you buy them. Know what the game is about before you allow your child to play these. According to Douglas Gentile, a video game special edition coordinator, about 31% of the games, 31 to 64% of the games are for entertainment, but 90% of the games out there include violence. So you know the games before you buy them. Family moderation in limiting how much your child is playing is a key. They don't need to be playing every single day. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, it recommends that no more than 2 hours a day of television, video games, or internet for a child. With the world as brightly colored, fast-moving, catchy games and toys, you know that it's okay to have your child play some of these games without knowing that, you know, some of them actually do have good effects for the long run. Maybe those blinking lights when you walk down that aisle the next time will kind of say, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe some child will buy that and learn something from that. Thank you for coming today, and I hope you enjoyed my speech.